Hello and welcome back to Simply Melissa. Hello everyone. I'm sure you can see that I am outside again. It's a beautiful day outside in the neighborhood. Well, today we will cover moving overseas. First thing I have to tell you about moving overseas is try not to stress. Even though you're gonna stress, it's inevitable. Try not to stress. Try to find some zen in this crazy mess of moving. Okay, I like to say first that I will be doing a separate video for packing out and a separate video for receiving your household goods after moving. So let's get into it. First things first, get yourself a calendar. Please get yourself a calendar. Mark on the calendar what your orders say. If your orders say that you need to arrive on this date, plug it on that calendar for arrival no later than date. Then plug on that calendar any other dates that you have to remember. Pack out dates for your children getting out of school, dates for your kids starting school, dates for contacting your sponsor. Get in contact with your sponsor as soon as possible, or hopefully your sponsor will be getting in contact with you. If your sponsor hasn't gotten in contact with you within 30 days of you getting your orders, talk to your husband, talk to your wife if they're active duty, and see if they can contact the sponsor so that it'll ease both of your minds, because at least the other command knows you're coming and they can help you get connected to people along the way. On your orders, it will tell you where you're going. Oh my gosh, that takes the fear out of so much. So then you can go on to the World Wide Web, look up where you're going. You're going to Japan, look it up. You're going to Djibouti, look it up. Well, I don't know how many people are going to Djibouti, but if you're going to Guam, look it up. Italy, look it up. Find out as much as you can about the area that you're going, the surrounding areas that you're going, and find out what the climate is, especially for your arrival date. You want to find out if it's going to be cold, it's going to be raining season, if it's going to be beyond hot where you can't even deal. You'll be able to pack accordingly. And that also helps you with packing, having furniture packed that you don't need to have packed. Like if you're going to be in Guam, and you might not need to pack all your furs and your rain boots and your snow boots and your Louboutins and all the other stuff. No! Pack some sandals and some shorts and some bikinis and some sun hats. Okay? The rest of the stuff can go in storage until you get back to the States. That is another thing I want to touch on. Leaving some things in storage. You can do that. You don't have to have all of your whole house packed up and taken with you. If you can, find a good storage and put your stuff in storage, and then take the minimal amount of things to where you're going that you'll be able to survive with, your family won't die without, and have that packed up. Then you don't run the risk of things getting damaged. You're going to want to look on Facebook or look on the command page. Find out if you have a command page. Well, every place overseas has one big command page, and it'll be like, welcome to Yokosuka, Japan, and then it has all the going to be able to find out about the CDC for childcare. You'll be able to find out about housing and pick up different forms that you're going to need to apply for housing and apply for CDC or CDH home care. You also can look on Facebook and see if they have a spouses page. That is your greatest tool, is to find out if there is a spouses page for the area you're going in, because that will open a lot of doors. A spouses page can answer a lot of questions for you. Some spouses page lately have even had files that have housing layouts for if you're looking for to stay on base or off base. If you're trying to stay on base, a lot of the spouses have taken pictures of the on-base housing. They have taken pictures of their whole layout for you, so it takes the guess out of it. And some of them even have video. That is really awesome. One thing that I'd like to say is that you don't have to always live on base. Sometimes In some areas, they do allow you to live off base. And if they allow you to live off base, I would say take that time to live off base. Try it out. Try something new. Unless your husband or wife has to be connected to their command, like at any given moment, or they work a lot of late nights, they might want to stay closer to the base so they don't have to commute. But if they don't have to do that, go right ahead and try to live off base. That is a different type of thing, though. You're going to have to probably wait until you get there and then stay in like lodging for about a couple weeks so you can look for housing. Look on the Facebook page and see if they have a MOPS group, like a moms of preschoolers. If you have little ones, you want to get connected with those type of people. If you don't have any children, they also have groups for those type of things. Sometimes people that don't have kids don't want to go with groups with people who have children. It's nothing against that, but there are groups on there for that in those areas. If you're going to live off base, you're probably going to need a car, or you're going to use some type of transportation to get to work. Either it's the transit system, bus transit system. You're going to find out, about the currency so you can take the bus, or you'll be taking the train. Find out about that. And if you're going to be buying a car, get with your sponsor or link up with someone on the Facebook page to see what are the avenues that you have to go through to buy a car overseas. It's not that hard. You don't have to actually buy a brand new car most of the time. Most of the time they have cars that have been used by other military members and they're waiting to PCS themselves, so they will be more than happy to sell you their car. You just have to be there at the right time. And then they also have lemon lots where they'll have plenty of cars during PCS season, and you can go and maybe haggle a little bit and see if you can get yourself a good van or a good car. Another thing to make your transition smoother, find out about MAC flights. Find out what type of MAC flights come in and out of your area that you're moving to. This will help during the holiday season. This will help during the time when you get kind of depressed and you want to go back to your family in the States or just explore. If you know that you can take a MAC flight from Japan straight to Seattle, Washington, and then take a connecting flight from there, that might ease your mind. Or if you want to take a flight from Guam to Hawaii during the holidays to kind of just get a break, get some sun, some more sun, because Guam is a sunny place. But it will just ease your mind to know that you can actually leave the place and go. MAC flights for most areas have a Facebook page now, so you can actually see their schedule and go ahead and file your paperwork to jump on that MAC flight. You might not be the first one in line because it is a space A availability, and because you might be traveling with more than 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids. So just be prepared to relax and be patient in those situations. Choose to live on base. There are some benefits to that. You're closer to the activities that they have on base. Most bases are going to have your everyday necessities for being American. They will have either a Burger King or a McDonald's. They will have pizza like Domino's Pizza or Pizza Hut. They will have what else have we seen? Saberos, Popeyes chicken. They'll have library for you, the commissary for you, the exchange is there for you. Some places have movie theaters, bowling alleys, things for activities, an enlisted club, a CPO club, officers club. At those type of clubs, you can get food, you can have some entertainment at times, and just get out and relax and enjoy yourself while you're in your new area. Oh, with moving to your new home, you're also going to want to find out if you have children about schools. Now, you can either do on-base school. In most areas, you have that option up front, on-base school. But some areas, I think it is in Singapore, that they don't even have schools on base. You have to go to private school, and your sponsor will definitely help you get the facts you need to apply for your private school, and they'll have extra tuition that you'll be getting to supplement for them going to private school. Now in Japan, they had homeschool, not homeschool. Yes, they did have homeschool. They had on-base school, and then they had private schools, international schools. If your children are young enough between the ages of 3 and 5 or 3 and 6, where it doesn't really matter about, meeting new friends, getting picked up in high school for scholarships, then I would suggest putting them out in international school, getting them used to being around the kids of different cultures. It's great to be submerged in a different culture. All those things, though, I would make sure that I check my calendar off for any important dates that involve the school. Okay, if your child is transferring in during the middle of the school year, then I wouldn't put them into international school. I would throw them into regular school just to keep them on track. If you're going to put them in a off-base school, then I would wait till the beginning of the school year. Don't worry about moving overseas and your child not getting a scholarship. This happens a lot overseas. Kids get picked up for scholarships their senior year all the time. People are still scouting children overseas. I have a friend who went overseas. One of their children got picked up by a college, and they just had to do interviews and they had to talk to their schools over Skype. So don't worry about that. Your child will be safe. Your child will be fine. Your child will have a smooth ride going overseas. The one big thing that I would say about moving overseas is please check into the do's and don'ts for going where you're going. Okay? Don't get in trouble overseas for doing something stupid that you could have avoided. Check into what the do's and don'ts. Like if you're going to Singapore, don't get caught chewing gum, walking down the street and spit it out. You will get in trouble. I'm not joking. Okay? Don't go places thinking that you can litter and you can smoke walking down the street. It's not going to happen. Check into the do's and don'ts that will make your transition smooth ride all the way. Don't stress. As long as you got your calendar and you have a planner, some highlighters, you will be all right. Just make sure you plan, and plan again. So many people get overseas or they get overseas orders and they freak out because they don't plan. The bottom of your life can't fall out if you plan ahead. So just enjoy yourself. Enjoy the fact that you're going to be moving overseas and take it one day at a time. Thank you for tuning in today to Simply Melissa. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you did too. Bye.